Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Mary Kate and I'm founder of mkmagicmindset.com. Today's video is all about the number one law of attraction tip that I wish I had learned so much sooner. I'm going to show you in this video what it took me over a decade to learn. So I really hope this fast tracks your manifesting process and you'll get results so much faster. So I first started studying the law of attraction well over a decade ago, and I wasn't one of those quick learners that just jumped right in and started manifesting things like instantaneously. I used to be a relatively pretty negative person. I like to focus on all my problems, and I would get so stressed out, and everything just kind of felt like a big deal. Like anytime something would go wrong, like I would immediately just go to this bad place of thinking the world was going to end, and it would just make me anxious and upset, and I was just living in such a place of lack and fear. So when I learned about the law of attraction, I was one of those people that was kind of like, is this real? Is this not real? It just wasn't something that I believed that your thoughts can control everything around you. So as in the case of most people, my first introduction to the law of attraction was the book The Secret, and that is kind of my jumping off point to what got me fascinated in the whole law of attraction manifesting process. My first big aha moment when studying the law of attraction was when I was reading the book The Secret in Madison Square Park in New York City. I've talked about this before in another video, so if you've already heard this, just skip on past. But this story actually really shaped a huge part of my fascination and interest in the law of attraction, so I just have to share it. So I was sitting on the park bench reading The Secret, and I get to a part in the book where it says, "This is a friendly universe," and you repeat it in your head, "This is a friendly universe." The second I was done repeating it in my head just one time, a homeless man walked up with a torn up duffel bag, and it was full of bottles and cans, and it was just dirty and ripped up, and he looked at me, pulled out the most beautiful single red rose I had ever seen. Not a petal missing, all the leaves were perfect, it was perfect. He pulls it out of this beat up duffel bag full of stuff where it should have been torn up and, missing petals and everything. He hands it to me, smiles, and walks away. That was just one of those moments where I have to bring it up all the time because it was just kind of this big moment that really ignited my passion for using the law of attraction because it is so real and it happens in the least expected way possible. You never really know how the universe is going to deliver something in the right moment, and when it happens, it gives me chills. It's one of those things that it's just fascinating. Like the more you know, the more you practice, the more amazing miracles will happen in your life, and I love everything about it. So fast forward over a decade of practicing and studying the law of attraction and manifesting and learning all these different methods and creating my own methods and my own courses, there is one thing that stands out to me that I wish I had learned so much sooner. And I feel like it would have made such a difference in my manifesting process if I learned this way earlier on. And that is that everything is a lesson, and every contrast is bringing you that much closer to what you're trying to manifest. Okay, I know that sounds like a lot of words, and let me simplify that for you. Everything is a lesson, and that means that sometimes it feels like when you're trying to manifest something, the exact opposite's happening, and you don't really realize what's happening is that the universe is trying to show you a lesson so that you can get to the place you need to be at in order to get what you want to manifest. Does that make sense? You can't have something for nothing. In order to manifest certain things into your life, you have to be at the right place at the right time in the right mindset, and everything kind of just has to align in order for the universe to deliver what it is that you want. If you're not ready for it, it's not going to happen. So all of these things that are happening that you perceive as negative are really just lessons to get you in the right mindset and the right mind space in order to manifest what it is that you want. Until you get into alignment, the universe is just going to keep throwing lessons at you to get you to the place you need to be in order to receive. The universe is always trying to provide for you, and a lot of the times you're standing in your own way without even realizing it. Try and find the lesson in where you're at now. If there's something that's not working in your life, look at what the lesson is. So if there's some aspect of your life that you're unhappy with, you're at a job you hate, you're miserable where you live, you're just not making enough money, just anything like that, what is the lesson there? In order to get what it is that you want, you need to find the lesson that the universe is trying to show you. The universe is giving you a lesson so you can get to the right mindset, get to the right time and place. The universe is just going to keep throwing lessons at you until you figure out what the lesson is, you learn it, and you move on. Think of it just like a video game. You start on level 1. You have to get through all of the challenges and obstacles and get to the end in order to get to level 2. So just like that video game, that's exactly how it works with trying to align with what it is that you want. You have to start where you're at, figure out all the different lessons that the universe is trying to throw at you, get around all the obstacles and curveballs, and get into the right mindset, headspace, time and place, and then you can get to the next level and the universe can deliver it to you. You can't get what you want until you get to that next level. And in that regard, everything is contrast. So if there's something that you are experiencing in your life that you hate or strongly dislike or just are very generally unhappy with, that is perfect contrast to show you what you do want. If you don't experience what you don't want, how will you know what you do want? The universe has to show you contrast. You can't experience what you do want until you've experienced what you don't want. The universe is showing you this contrast as a lesson. So if you feel like you're still not manifesting things, despite however hard you're trying, figure out what lessons you need to learn in order to align with what it is that you want. If you want more money, if you want a better job, if you want a new car, a new house, whatever it is that you want, figure out the contrast now. Figure out why you don't have enough money. Figure out why you're not living where you want. Figure out why you don't have the job you want. Find the lessons that the universe is trying to throw at you. Make it a game, make it fun. Learn from these lessons and learn how to align with what it is that you want to create. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And as always, check out my website, mkmagicmindset.com, for tons of law of attraction tips and resources. And leave me a comment below. I would love to hear from you. I'll see you next time.